So I was talking to my friend a little while ago, and one of the things he told me about his high yield savings account with Discover actually made me think about the way I approached high yield savings accounts. And as somebody who has been researching these tools over the last year or so, it made a lot of sense. So I want to go over what he told me. And of course, we're going to go over the best features of this high yield savings account and help you decide whether or not it's actually an organization for you and for your hard earned money. So let's get into all of these details today. And we're going to go over the following parameters. All of these requirements are things that I've identified are important when it comes to choosing a high yield savings account. If you've been following the channel for quite a bit, you know exactly what all of these mean and why they're important. So my goal is to go over these details and more here in today's video. For just meeting, by the way, my name is Alex. I am a dad, engineer, and risk manager by day and personal finance educator at night. So if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. And if Discover is for you, then there's going to be a link in the description that you can sign up with it. And it does support the channel and the time and energy that I put into making these helpful videos. So let's get into the story that my friend told me. We were having breakfast at this restaurant with our families. And I told them about the world of high yield savings accounts and like all the features and like the really nice interest that they have been paying for the last year or for 2 years or so, right? And I told them like, yeah, like Discover actually has a good high yield savings account. It's not the best one out there, right? But it does have a good interest. As you can see here, 3.4%. Back at the time was a little higher. And without hesitation, he tells me, yeah, I signed up with Discover because I already had Discover products. I already had the credit card and I really like the products. And so it was just a no-brainer for me to take 10 minutes and sign up with Discover. So that really gave me another perspective on choosing the high yield savings accounts, because many times when we're just getting started with these options to grow our money, we only care about this right here, right? We only care about the interest rate that you see right here, when in fact it's a lot more than that, right? It also comes down to convenience, to access, to safety, and at the end of the day, the comfortable feeling that you have with an organization. So having said all of this, my friends, a couple of features that you got to know when it comes to the Discover high yield savings account is, as I mentioned previously already, the 3.4%. Of course, it's up there. It's not the best one. It's not, as I mentioned, the highest one, but it is very competitive and definitely much higher than any of the other Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or any local bank, most local banks out there. Now, one really cool thing that they have going on now is, and it has been happening for quite a bit now, for the last couple of months at least, is they are providing a $200 bonus if you sign up and you deposit $25,000, and they give you $150 if you deposit 15K. So this right here joins a bunch of other banks out there who are giving high and very hefty, in a way, bonuses for you signing up with them. So it's a way for them to just incentivize new customers to come and join them. As I mentioned previously, I will never talk about an organization that is not FDIC insured. FDIC insurance gives you the peace of mind that if the bank goes sideways or something happens to it, then of course you are going to rest assured that you're going to get your money back as long as you are within the thresholds. So in this case, if you have $250,000 or less and you have a regular single account, then you will be okay. If you want to bump this up, if you have a little bit more money and you have a spouse and you have a joint account, then the number will get bumped up to 500,000. And you can take it all the way up to $1.25 million if you start adding beneficiaries. So that's just a little bit more information for you in case you have quite a bit of money, like this is your life savings. Maybe you're saving hard for the future, right? For something, and you need a little extra peace of mind, which FDIC insurance is there for. So there's no minimum deposit, no monthly fees. So that's really good in case you're somebody who, hey, you don't want any fees from the bank eating up in your earnings, right? So let's run some actual numbers. So what does this all mean? So with Discover, let's say that you have $20,000, you will be collecting in 1 year, assuming no contributions and assuming that 3.4% holds all year, then you will be earning about $680 a year. If you have a random bank, let's say a bank that pays 0.04%, which are many organizations out there, then you will be earning $8 per year, right? So that difference right there, it really puts things in perspective, and it really helps you know that you'll be losing, if you don't do anything right now, you'll be losing $672 per year if you had 20K just by doing nothing, right? So don't make the mistake of leaving tons of money in your checking account while you think about your next step. Some people just leave a lot of money sitting in their checking account and they don't realize that their money is losing its purchasing power to inflation. So that right there, a little piece of insight to help you optimize your hard-earned money. So a couple of screenshots I'd like to share here with you to show you additional features and of course the proof of what I'm talking about. So 3.4%. And here's a couple of other features that you got to know when it comes to the Fidelity. I've been talking about Fidelity too much. That Discover, excuse me. So here's the bonus screenshot. Now let's go into the access of this account, right? Now, you can definitely access this account or your high yield savings account to the web, to the application. And also, if you do happen to open a checking account with Discover, then you will have an ATM card, which is kind of a workaround if you want to withdraw a couple $100. There is a limit with ATM withdrawals. So I suggest that you go into the website and you look into those details in case you want to withdraw 2,000, 3,000. But just rest assured that if you just need a couple $100, then they do have an ATM network that you can take advantage of if you also open a checking account. But when it comes to making deposits, you can make your regular ACH transfer from a third bank or organization. You can do direct deposit. You can even mail checks. You can do your regular mobile deposits. And you can even deposit cash at Walmart, but it has to be at least $20, right? So if you're somebody that has maybe a cash business and whatnot, or you just have a lot of cash, then it could be a way for you to just like go to Walmart and then make that possible. All right, so another important feature that we have to pay attention when it comes to these accounts is how long it takes for the withdrawal. Now, Discover mentions on their website that it takes about 33 business days, which is pretty standard with these high yield savings accounts. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that just be careful with making frequent withdrawals of large amounts, especially when your account is brand new, because that may flag the system and then you're going to have to end up calling customer service. So just keep that in mind. So as I mentioned previously, this is a very large organization. So they have checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and more. Certainly, my wife has one of their credit cards, and it's a great beginner credit card. It's the Discover It. It's for cashback mainly. So here's all the products that they offer, right? They have credit cards, online banking. Of course, that's what we're talking about right now. They got loans and they also got mortgages. That's what I'm assuming Discover Home is. So they got a lot of products that maybe if you want a banking hub and you want to keep everything in one place, then maybe Discover could be a good option for you. But that's not all that you need to know. So when it comes to branding history, which to me gives me that sense of comfort and trust and familiarity. So this is actually founded back in 1985, which is a fun fact that I didn't know when I first started looking into this account. They do give you up to 6 withdrawals per month. Now, this right here, let's say that you withdraw out of your high yield savings account multiple times. If you withdraw less than 6 times, which I want to say is most people, because hopefully savings for a reason, right? So then you'll be okay. But if you're somebody that withdraws frequently from a high yield savings account, then maybe you'll be better off with a cash management account, which does provide a high interest rate, but it does allow you to use it as a checking account. And that's the main advantage that they have. And they also have investing features. But that's just something to keep in the back of your mind in case you're somebody that wants to have interest, high interest, relatively speaking, with your savings account in a way, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. So a couple of more details on this account. NerdWallet gives it a 4.8 out of 5, Bankrate 4.2 out of 5, and they do have customer service, human customer service available, that is. So with this being said, my friend, here we're going to go into 2 questions that you need to know because this is going to give you peace of mind. So what if your chosen bank fails? So what if Discover fails? Just remember that it's usually going to be bought by another organization. And if no one buys the bank, that's when the FDIC insurance comes in and they give you your money back. So that's just some peace of mind for you. And also, one frequently asked question that I get is, hey, do I have to pay taxes on my high yield savings? And the sad truth, my friends, is now that we near the end of 2025, yes, we have to pay taxes. So your bank is going to give you a 1099 INT, which is very simple to file. It takes like 5 minutes. You can either do it yourself or you can just give it to your accountant. However you do your taxes, then it's just going to give you that compliance, right? Like very, very important. Now, what about the pros and cons, right? Like the good, the bad of this organization. So let's go over the pros of Discover. It's got a competitive APY, as I mentioned, not the highest, but it's up there. Also, they do have a up to $200 bonus if you deposit $25,000. No minimum deposit, no monthly fees, FDIC insurance, and they got a bunch of other products. that you may be interested in if you decide to go with this account. Now, a couple of other cons with this organization and account specifically, the APY could be higher, right? Like it's not the most competitive, the most enticing. There's no branch access. But then the question then becomes whether or not it's for you and when I would choose this organization. But before we get there, it's important to keep in mind that every financial organization has good and bad reviews, satisfied, unsatisfied customers. But the key is to identify what is relevant to you, how recent the reviews are, and whether or not you want to choose them anyway, right? It comes back to that warm and fuzzy feeling. So would I recommend this account to my younger self? So I would definitely recommend this account to my younger self. If, by the way, this is a picture from, I was in California. We were out there for our baby boom with my wife, and then we rented this 1970s Corvette T-top. Amazing ride, by the way. Highly recommended. Anyways, so if I were looking for a basic high yield savings account with competitive APY, definitely a good checks the box. Also, if you're looking for a bonus, right? So if you got 15K or 25K, then you would be eligible to earn $150 and $200 respectively nowadays. And most importantly, I want to say if you already have Discover products, right? So if you're somebody that maybe you already have the cashback credit card or any other credit card, maybe Discover features or Discover products and services, then it would be just a no-brainer, in my personal opinion, to just open a high yield savings account and just start using it that way. Or maybe you already have a checking. Who knows? I would recommend this account to my younger self if I were looking for a higher, maybe highest APY nowadays in the high threes, maybe low fours. Also, maybe if I'm looking for a bigger bonus, one option that comes to mind is SoFi. They do give you a higher APY, or they also have a bonus up to $300. Now, one thing to keep in mind with that account is the fact that you do have to meet certain requirements. You got to have direct deposit. I suggest that you look into that review here in the channel. And also, if you're looking for an account that has maybe more features like investing, maybe robo-advisors, in addition to a high yield savings account. So is Discover for you? Let me know in the comments if you're interested in opening an account with this organization, or if you want to explore other options with similar or higher APY. Check the first link in the description or in the pinned comment. Overall, if you want to learn more, check this playlist over here. And if you want to know more about SoFi, which I mentioned, go check out this video over here. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.